Hey everybody, I'm TecToss and welcome back to Let's Play Endless Legend. We're playing the Necrophages on a possible difficulty and taking steps to finally get into a war. Now last episode I explained that we're gonna fight the Vaulters as our first enemy. Also explained why, so for those of you who are watching that in the playlist, you can wipe off the sweat on your brows. I'm not gonna repeat that explanation. For those of you who are curious, just go back one episode. At the end of that, I'll explain why we're gonna attack the Vaulters sometime soon. But there's still, I guess, a good 10 turns, or maybe 12 turns, until we can actually get into war. Still need to do some preparation work, and we do actually need to get one army on Vaulter territory. So let's start with that, shall we? Just take a quick... oh man, always forget that. Just take a quick look around that I don't mess up any production queues, because that would be just tragic. I don't want to lose out on any possible production. Okay, looking fine here, looking fine here as well. We finally will start our glass steel production, and that will allow us to get the public granary right after the next borough street. I could have gotten the granary first and did it in a different order, but I want to have that borough street because then, like I said before, we will get a level 2 district, and that's gonna solve some of the happiness problems for us, because right now we're still waiting on the bread and circuses, and we're also just barely at content with the help of 2 boosters. One who's gonna wear out in 2 turns, it's -5 happiness overall, and then another 9 turns, and we're down the 10 happiness that we get from the, what's it called, dust water, I think. Spices, where is you? Dust water, yeah. So we do need to have some way to get happiness, and bread and circus is gonna solve that for us, but we also need the districts. And because we will actually get a lot of new cities once we start the fighting against the Vaulters, and those will press on our overall happiness. So it's really important that you got a couple of cities that can actually sustain the happiness hit. Like you need a core empire, so to speak, a couple of cities that really can take that that happiness hit. And for that to work, you either research a lot of these, like the marketplace and what's the other one? The sewer system, and then probably the demanding gods, and just research whatever you can for happiness, or, and I think that's the way better option, you try and get tall cities ASAP, and that's what you can see me doing. I try and get the districts built, like every second building I try and mix in a district, so it will make for a slow start, but it will actually allow us to get the big cities eventually, and once you get a couple of level 2 districts, your happiness problems are a thing of the past, because they give you happiness instead of taking it away. Anyway, I made the introduction longer than I actually planned already, so let's start taking some turns, shall we? I can't help myself, it's just I like explaining, so I guess that's why I'm doing the Let's Plays, huh? And this lag is really a little annoying. Wonder, maybe I just reduced the game quality, but it didn't seem to help much to reduce the graphical settings actually, so just hope they will work on performance. Anyway, our Waira Sigo, I can't remember and I can't decide on how to pronounce those names, but our city manager has got another level, and he will get the +1 on forest terrain. It's actually only got 1 level, but it's going to be a stepping stone towards the better production bonus. Like these skills, I want to max them out all. First, get 1 level of that, then go up to the building production cost reduction, and then get all 3 levels of natural architect, because it's just awesome. An overall bonus of 45% of production. Yeah, pretty sick. Okay, so empire plans. Let's take actually a quick inventory. We're content. Now we will get a happiness tech in 5 turns you'll get the bread and circuses. So I don't need the empire plan for that, and I probably can't afford it anyway. Like, yeah, even if I just go for that, I can't afford it. Missing 20 influence, so I had to have planned for that earlier. Plus 2 vision, not going to do anything for us. We still need extra dust, so I feel like it's not optional. We do need the dust here, so I'm going to go for that. And we do also, like 20% science, actually not too shabby, right? We do need that. Now we got a unit cost reduction from our hero already in our capital. And I'll probably give that another level. So we have the overall 24 reduction. 25% production cost reduction actually, and that should be fine. I don't need to produce units right now. I will later need a second unit of a couple necrodrones and a proliferator, but I won't need it right now. What I do need is science and dust. So it's the empire plan, long explanation short, just gonna stay the way it is. I would love to go up here and get the 33% building production cost reduction, but we can't afford it, so it's fine. And we also need an additional 30 influence left over, so we can assimilate the Silix into our empire, which we could actually just do now, because not going to spend the influence on anything else. Actually, yeah, we will. I need to declare war. Let's see how expensive a war declaration is on, let's say, the Broken Lords. 60. So let's assume for the Walters to have like 80 influence, and we're making 11 a turn, so it doesn't really matter. Like, we will need 8 turns at least to get our armies over here and to be set up for the war declaration. So it doesn't really matter if we save the influence or not. So we can actually go ahead and get the Silix, and I'm just mainly doing that so I don't mess up and forget it, because glass steel is now ready to get produced, and in 3 turns we will have our first pacified Silic village. Actually might invest a little cash in that, not sure yet. How are you doing? What if we do that? That's just too expensive. We can't get it down to 1. Doesn't help here. Or we could do like that. Can we get the Silix down? 3 turns, okay. Doesn't really change much. So I'm probably gonna go for more dust. Or actually, it doesn't really help. Like, we can lose 1 turn on the Silix but get the population earlier, or we can just get an additional, what's it, an additional 16, actually an additional almost 20 dust per turn. So I'll rather go for the dust, and yeah, nothing to add there. Now we will get some glass steel each turn, which should actually be starting now. So we need to get the glass steel in 4 turns, so I will need to buy out this Silic guy. Yeah, next turn I will need to buy it out. Or actually, yeah, I will need to buy it out. Damn. Yeah. So we will have 5 glass steel to queue up the public granary right away after the Borough Streets finishes. And we do want that because our capital needs to grow. Needs to grow quite a lot, actually. So there's that. Now here we are still happy, so I'm not going to bother with the sewer system, because we're not going to get up to fervent, and yeah, it's just going to cost us time. We can mix that in later, doesn't really matter right now. Could get the dust, the spice extractor. How long will you take? Just 1 turn, actually. 2 turns, okay. It's not too bad. I will need the right of way sometime soon, but it's not that important right now. Empire Mint could actually switch that up like that. And yeah, that seems fine. And of course I'm gonna get, like, once we have that district, I'm gonna queue up another one after these two, after the Spice Extractor and Empire Mint, for the reason that I stated previously. We do need tall cities before we go to war. I mean, not right before we go to war, but they should become tall in the middle of our war. It's like that. Okay, so let's see which quest we get here. I think that symbolizes a quest. Let's search. No, it doesn't. Huh, 25 blood crystals. Am I happy about that? Not really sure yet. We could fire that booster and it will give us plus 25 attack, but really don't need that attack bonus right now. Let's see what's that worth on the black market. Blood crystal. Isn't on the market, so let's see. 11. Not really worth it, I guess. Not really worth it. Yeah, the dust water got freaking expensive, so I'm not gonna bother with that stuff. Could use some hydromeal, but again, too expensive right now, because if we buy that, it will go up 16, I think, if we buy 100. So we can get the first one for 200, then we get the second one for 300 something, and then we need an additional 5 to actually fire the booster. So not gonna go with that. Could get a wine booster together, because there's just a lot of wine on the market and it's at a decent price. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that blood crystal and maybe fire it just for the additional happiness. Though we won't need that after we get the bread and circus, right? Huh. Yeah, probably gonna sell it, but I'm gonna think on it a little bit more. Okay, we do get a population next turn. That's set up, that's set up. You are... No. Yeah, I think I can end the turn. Think I can do that. Getting a little excited. I want to get into a war pretty soon, because that's actually the fun part, at least for me. Like, some people like building empires, and I do like that as well. Can't activate. I do like that part of the game as well, but the fighting is just... it's just enjoyable. I don't know why. Just like to be aggressive in those games. Oh, look at you! What's that? Couple demons? Oh, can they... actually... they can move 2 tiles, so we can get up that hill before they attack us. Because that position here is not that great. But it's great that we got some biological units that we can actually attack. So that part of it is good. Now 90, do we want to spend that? I'm not actually sure. Oh, no. Can we get it down to 1 turn? No, of course not. And yeah, it just has to stay like that. I don't wanna, but we only got 3 more turns to get the glass deal together. So, or would it actually be better to spend it on the... let's think on that. Like, then in 2 turns, we can have 2 Silic villages, which will provide us with +1 glass steel per turn. And in 3 turns, our capital gets finished. So we actually have to prolong... no, I do need additional food. We actually have to prolong the production of this district just a little bit. Actually, no. Sorry for that. I just realized we don't have any titanium yet, and we do need that for the alchemy labs, so or the alchemy workshop rather. So I'm gonna queue in the titanium extractor, and that's gonna solve the problem. That's gonna just solve it. I can save the dust, and yeah, that's nice. Liking that. Now I have nothing to queue in here. Except, can we finish that in one turn? Can't. Can go down to 4. This seems fine. Like 2 turns seems fine. We will waste just a little bit of production. I wish you could... Can you see anywhere how much... Like it costs 300. And how much of it did we actually pay yet? Can you see that? Not really. Would be nice. Like if you... for food you can see that. If you go over here, you can see the city growth stock is 847. So that's the food you got. And for the next expansion you need 1055. So there's roughly 200 food missing. Or 208 to be exact. And you get 55 per turn. So 50 times 4. You get 55. So 55 times 4 is enough to make your city grow. And that way the 4 turns are calculated. But you don't get it for the production, which I would love, because then you could optimize the amount of production you sink into a building if you are not able to queue up a building right afterwards, which currently I am not. I could queue up a watchtower, but actually wouldn't be the worst to have a watchtower here. How much that? But it's so expensive. Plus 15 health region. Like, okay. Doesn't really matter that much. I guess they get better with a certain tech. Let's like a look. Where is that? Was it here or in the... Where was that? Can get a tech that will improve your... Was it that? No. Here? It's cargo docks. Highway outpost. There we go. So your watchtowers will become lookout towers. And give a little bit more vision and more health regeneration. And most importantly, your... you can improve your right-of-way. Get more trade routes and get more dust from that, and usually with the highway outposts your dust problems are solved, but they should be solved by that point anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna queue up the watchtower just to see how much production I actually waste, but I can't, like if I move out 1 unit here, it's gonna go to 3 turns, so I have to have 2 units in there. Just no way around it. They are just doing fine. How much for that? 70. Actually, yeah, let's do it just like that. And we are set for the turn, I think. Yeah, hopefully those demons, they can't move far enough so they can attack us from our height, because they do a lot of damage and they got this chain lightning ability, so whoops, let's, come on, move. Okay. What the fuck happened there? Yeah, see, this lag is really annoying. Like usually I was ready for that. I was clicking on that tile like crazy here, where the demons are standing now. And if it wasn't for that stupid beginning of turn lag, I would be able to move there and pick a better location to fight. But of course it's not going to be a hard, like we can still crush those enemies, but it's just a slight annoyance, and it can matter at some points when you're trying to actually get away from an enemy. And you do need to... what the... Okay. I guess this guy won't be a problem. So we could actually just leave our setup the way it is. And now you can see that initiative boost in action. We're all gonna become... gonna be able to attack the demon before he can do anything. So just gonna attack the demon with the foragers, of course. Gonna put my hero... Oh, you need to be ready, okay. Gonna put my hero on him. And the proliferator, of course, because we do need some more forges. If for nothing else, I'd love to sell some on the market. Can just launch that. And I'm just curious what this guy over here is going to do, but whatever. Oh, and I love seeing that. 1 turn for this district, 1 turn for this district, 2 turns for that, and 1 turn for our Silic village. Can we actually... Yeah, we can remove that. So, I don't want the watchtower. Like, I'm gonna DQ it, even though I will lose a little bit of production, but what you gonna do? Yeah. What you are gonna... Or is there a way... I don't need any unit in this city, it's just... Yeah. I'm gonna lose a little bit of production. It's fine. Okay, so this demon took some damage, but of course they're pretty tough with their 180 health. And he's already infected by a parasite, so now he can enjoy the full onslaught. I'm not gonna use this Necrodrone, just... Well, no, not even gonna move him here. But this guy here can actually help with the attack. And I'm gonna move up my proliferator here and have our Draken hero. He can just, I don't know, heal the forager maybe. No, just attack, and if the demon's already dead, then we can... The hero will heal automatically. That's pretty nice. Like, you don't... If you cue him to attack and he can't attack, he will heal where he can. So you don't actually lose that unit. And we finally made use of some Necrodrones. What do you know? And now we get... not even sure if we actually... Oh, this would be annoying. Like, if we can't get to this guy in time, this would be really annoying. So I'm gonna just let everybody attack. Move my Necrodrone over here, move 1 Necrodrone here, and just launch. And hopefully we will be able to actually attack this guy. How many turns? Yeah, it should be okay. We're in phase 3 of 6. So should be okay. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes. What are you doing? Okay, whatever, it's fine. Now we can actually attack him with the proliferator, move our Necrodrone out of the way, move our hero out of the way, and keep sending the foragers forward, move the other Necrodrone out of the way, and there we go. Did I attack him with the proliferator? I hope so. Yeah, we didn't even need to move that stuff out of the way, but better be safe than sorry, right? So now we infect him with a parasite, and that's that. But I don't have to do anything else this turn, I don't think. Get the Silics. Could actually move one of you guys to growing, because that would be nice. Get the Burrow Streets here. Yeah, everything's looking good. Okay, and now you should be dead. Can move up the proliferator and attack him again. You attack as well. And 1 Necrodrone, if they can even reach there. Okay, just go die. Should be infected, right? Yeah, you can see that little android-looking thing. That's the parasite, so... Nice! Necrodrone just flew where I wanted to put my proliferator. I guess I understand some people are really complaining a lot about the game and... the fighting system. Like, they want to be able to move their unit where they want. Sometimes it's annoying, but I personally don't mind it that much. I'm just a little... And there we go, 2 foragers. I'm just a little weirded out by the... just another point, sorry for that. You'll see they get more expensive. Like, now our new 2 foragers are 260 dust. And also they're a little bit better. They're 260 health. And here we got 212. So of course we're going to sell the weaker forager. And I'm going to keep 2 maybe. Yeah, 2 is fine. And move over here. Oh, 4 demons. Do I want to attack that? Let's find that out in the next episode. Don't you love cliffhangers? Yeah, you do. Come on, admit it. You want it too. um, yeah, so they do get a little more expensive, and you can actually sell them off. Now, for the combat system, I kind of enjoy it. I don't mind the inability to control. I mean, it's just the game mechanic. You know, it's always with games, you got a certain mechanic and you have to do well with what you got. So that's what you got. You can't really control the movement of your unit directly. Just give kind of suggestions what they should do, and if you predict the enemy movement, you're gonna be very successful. If you fail to do that, it's gonna suck. Like if you move your unit in a certain spot and you tell them to attack, instead of just giving them an attack command, and the enemy then moves away from where you could attack him, you wasted a turn. So that's the risk you take if you want to take more control. And I kind of it adds another strategic element to the game. It's just a shame that the AI is a little bit unpredictable. They or I don't know if that's by design or just sometimes they do stuff that's really weird. So you end up wasting some turns on them. But overall, I enjoy the combat, and I don't think it's that flawed. It's just different. And people are quick to say it's bad when it's not what they're used to. And I don't think that's the optimal way to look at it. Like, I think really you should just see that's the game, and that's the way the game wants you to play your fights, and it's the same for everybody. So it's not like the AI has full control. You have to look at it like that. If you're playing against another player, he has that same rock paper scissors kind of movement system that he has to operate like you. So that's not unfair. It's just a mechanic, and you got to work with it. And I, for one, enjoy working with it. I don't understand the design decision, like, because it's yeah, it's unusual, but that's what they thought it would be cool, and it actually is fun to play. You just need to get rid of that, oh, it's so bad I can't control my unit attitude, and get with it's the mechanic of the game, and I'm gonna do as well as I can within those borders mindset, and you're gonna be a lot more happy. That's what you want, right? Being happy is a good thing, yeah. Okay, that's gonna do it for the episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, just let me know. I'm always happy to read about that or see some likes on my videos. And of course, I'm extra happy if some of you people subscribe to the channel, because that gives me some validation that you actually enjoy the content and you want to see more. And yeah, that's what keeps you going. If you're making content and you see that people actually enjoy it, it's a nice feeling. So anyway, outside of that, just have a wonderful day, and see you in the next episode. Really, have a wonderful day. Goodbye.